The GMC Terrain, like its platform mate, the Chevrolet Equinox, haven't gotten a full redesign since the 2010 model year, and many new competitors in the compact crossover segment have came out in those years, but the Terrain still snags some buyers each year due to its plush ride and the availability of a V6 engine. But let's go ahead and see if it's still very competitive in the compact crossover SUV segment. Now, as far as styling goes on the vehicle, it's a very squarish and blocky looking design here. Kind of looks like a brick on wheels, to be honest, especially when you get to the rear. And it's much more squarish and blockish than its platform mates, the Cadillac SRX, as well as the Chevrolet Equinox. Now here goes the key fob for the vehicle. As you can see, it's a switchblade key here. And you do have your unlock, your lock, and then your panic button. Now, our particular trim of the Terrain we have here is the SLE1 trim. It comes pretty well equipped with Bluetooth phone and audio connectivity, a rear view camera, as well as heated side exterior mirrors, and this is also the base trim of the Terrain. Now, the only thing new for the 2015 model year is that the Terrain gets the 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot system standard across all of its trims. Now, it is a Summit white exterior color with a jet black cloth interior. Power driver's seat adjustments. You also do have power lumbar but manual recline. Now, the step-in height is okay for the Terrain. It's not all that low here. But you're greeted with a decently stylish cabin. Not the most high quality looking cabin design here, but it's pretty utilitarian overall while having a little bit of style. And what you're hearing is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. Now, coming to your transmission, you have a 6-speed automatic. You also do have manual shiftability too. Putting the vehicle into reverse displays your standard rear view camera. No guidance lines here or trajectory though. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights. You also do have your fogs too, and the hazards as well. Automatic driver's side window in the Terrain. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors. You also do have these pretty nice looking 17-inch aluminum wheels. Halogen projector beam headlights with your halogen projector beam fogs too. Now, under the hood here, you have the 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder producing 182 horsepower at 6,700 RPM and 172 pound-feet of torque at 4,900 RPM, with EPA estimates being 20 in the city and 29 on the highway. Now, this 4-cylinder can feel a little down on power at highway speeds, but if you do opt for the optional 3.6 liter V6, that powertrain is very powerful and definitely has an adequate amount of power for your daily commute. Now, this powertrain is okay, however, it can feel a little sluggish at times, and the fuel efficiency isn't all that great either. Now, competitors of the Terrain, you have the vehicles in the compact crossover class. This includes vehicles like the Ford Escape, Nissan Rogue, Toyota RAV4, as well as the Dodge Journey. Pricing of the vehicle starts at the SLE1 model, which is what we have here. Starts at $26,560. The SLE2 moves up to $28,060. SLT1 starts at $29,820. SLT2 starts at $33,065. And then the top of the line model, the Denali, starts at $35,490. Coming to the rear, you have a rear window wiper with a rear window defroster. You also do have a third brake light on the top as well. Our particular one is also all-wheel drive too. Now, EPA estimates, like I said, are 20 in the city and 29 on the highway. Total vehicle price for this particular one is $29,235. Of course, you have all of your basic power necessities that you expect nowadays. Power windows, power mirrors, and power door locks. Chrome interior door handles too. You also do have a nice soft touch armrest with the nice red contrast stitching too. And let's go ahead and rev it up. Very nice. Now, as far as build quality and materials go inside of the Terrain here, it's okay. It's pretty average for the class. Now, you do have a hard touch upper door panel, but it has okay graining to it. The mid door panel is also nice and soft touch with a nice red piping stitching. Also, you do have a nice soft touch armrest. Now up here, it's also decently padded, and then on the dashboard right here, it's all hard touch plastic, but it has an okay graining to it. Now, as far as build quality goes, build quality isn't the best in class. There are some panel gaps inside of this interior here. Now, if you're looking for the best vehicle with the best materials and the best build quality, I definitely recommend the Ford Escape. But this vehicle here is on par with the rest of the class in terms of build quality and materials. It's pretty average. Coming down here, you have a little storage compartment, and you also do have a 12-volt power outlet. Then you have your eco mode right there, and it'll display up here if it is on or off. Then you also do have your cup holders, your traction control off button. Then you also do have a nice soft touch center armrest, and it's nice and stitched too. And then down here is where you'll find one of the deepest center consoles in a vehicle. I don't think I've ever seen a center console this deep before. You even have a little light for it too. You usually don't see that. You do have a USB port, an auxiliary input, and another 12-volt power outlet. And a little tray right here too. Coming up there, you do have an auto-dimming rearview mirror with OnStar. Interior illumination lighting. Now, coming to the steering wheel design, this is a very basic and functional looking steering wheel. It's not really stylish or high quality looking, but it gets the job done. It does what it's supposed to do. And GM has been using this steering wheel for quite some time now across a lot of their vehicles. Now you do have your cruise control right here, and then your voice recognition, your Bluetooth, and your steering wheel mounted audio controls. You also do have a manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel, intermittent windshield wipers, of course, all of the basics. Now coming to the climate controls, I wish these buttons were a little bit bigger, but the knobs are decently sized. It's pretty easy to figure out here. You do have your fan speeds, temperatures, and then your different zones. Rear window defroster, front window defroster, and then your recycling. Coming down there you have your optical disc drive too as well. Now coming to your main head unit, you have the GMC IntelliLink system. Now I do like this head unit overall, however my biggest gripe is how small the buttons are at the bottom as well as the top. Now coming to your different media sources, you do have AM, FM, and then your Bluetooth streaming audio. You also do have XM satellite radio, your CD player, optical disc drive, USB port, and your auxiliary input. Then you also do have your presets right here too. I do love the responsiveness of the touchscreen. It's lightning quick. Of course you can adjust the bass, the mid, the treble, and then the fade and balance too. Then you have your quick info like the audio info or the OnStar turn by turn. And then if you click on the configure button, you can change many different settings like the display, vehicle, time and date, languages, etc. And then you do have OnStar hands-free calling. And then here's your seek button right here, and then your eject button right there. But overall, I really do love the user-friendliness of the head unit. And then you do have your exterior temperature readout, and then your digital clock as well. But overall, I really do love the GMC IntelliLink system. Now coming to the gauges could use a little work. It's just getting a little dated, in my opinion, I have to say, but the font on them is pretty bold and clear and easy to read. Now coming to that little center screen right there, it's going to show you your vehicle information, and it's all controlled by these buttons right here. You have your tire pressure monitoring, then your oil life percentage, trip odometer, then your units. But it's pretty basic overall. Nothing too snazzy here. Then also shows you your direction of travel and then what gear you're in also. Now as far as visibility goes here, I do love the visibility of the terrain. That's where that blocky squarish design does come in handy here. And you do have a lot of glass area all around. Outward visibility is also pretty good too. And then rearward visibility isn't too shabby either. Now as far as the seating comfort goes, the seats are nice and soft and plush, and there's a decent amount of support. Thigh support is also pretty good too. Now if you're looking for a comfort-oriented vehicle here, the GMC Terrain definitely won't disappoint with its very supple and compliant ride that soaks up road bumps with ease. And the available powerful V6 engine is also a bonus too. However, if you can avoid the 4-cylinder, I definitely recommend going with the V6 over the 4-cylinder. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Now trunk space is okay. These rear seats also do fold down to maximize cargo space by pulling these up right here and then just pushing them down. Easy as that. And you also do have a 12-volt power outlet back here too. Now build quality and materials do kinda follow through in the rear. It's okay as far as the padding goes on the armrest and then the mid door panel. However, hard touch on the upper door panel here. Then you do have your chrome door handles back here too. Now sitting back here, there is a decent amount of space. You do have dual map pockets, and these seats are fairly comfortable too. I love the seats back here in the Terrain. You also do have a 12-volt power outlet as well. And you also do have a map light back here too. Alrighty. Full manual passenger seat. Your glove box compartment, nice and damp. And you also do have a little storage cubby right there too. Alrighty. So with an availability of a V6 engine, as well as its comfort-oriented ride and its decent amount of standard features, the GMC Terrain is an okay choice for a compact crossover. However, someone who's looking for a crossover that's a little more exciting to drive might want to check elsewhere. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.